Welcome into this week's Triumph Spotlight. Our guest today is Jaylin Lane. This Clover, South Carolina native is a senior wide receiver on the Virginia Tech football team, acting as a massive addition to one of the most improved offenses in the ACC. Before transferring to Virginia Tech, Lane earned All-Conference USA honors with Middle Tennessee State, and now he leads the Hokies with 6 receiving touchdowns on the year. Jaylin joins us next on this week's edition of the Triumph Spotlight. Today's show is brought to you by Triumph NIL. The Triumph Digital Network is a fully integrated portal featuring individual channels for Jaylin Lane and all of your favorite Hokie athletes. Visit triumphnil.com for exclusive engagement, merchandise, content opportunities, and subscriptions. All right, fellas, from the high-tech studios here in the Corporate Research Center in Blacksburg, Virginia, I think some introductions are underway. I'm Kyle Marshak. To my right is our co-host, Robert Bateman. Behind the desk is the one and only Joseph Nicholas Brown, producing behind the scenes. And of course, we have Jaylin Lane on set. Jaylin, thank you for joining us.
No problem, man. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Well, you've had an excellent season in your first year here in Blacksburg. How you liking the New River Valley so far?
And I'm loving it, man. You know, it's just a very welcoming environment. And, you know, coming in to a new team is always a little nervous, but, you know, the guys welcome me in, the community welcome me in. So, you know, it's just been up since January.
Yeah. You guys are coming off a tough loss to NC State, but you guys have used losses to fuel big performances. What's the mindset ahead of UVA?
You know, it's rivalry week, you know, and that's all the motivation you need right there. But add on top of that, we get one more win, we'll be bowl eligible. You know, it's a big thing for the seniors especially. But, you know, you always want to go to a bowl game, into the postseason. So, you know, there's a lot of motivation behind us. So, just got to come out and have a great week.
Yeah, and you've only been in the New River Valley for a handful of months now. But what have you learned about the Commonwealth Clash, and what are your emotions headed into this pivotal matchup?
You know, you already know it's bad blood. You know, you see it on TV, stuff like that. You know, me personally, I don't feel it as much as most guys, but you know, it's a rivalry, it's football. You know, it's gonna get a bloody game. So, you know, it's gonna be a fun one, I think. Yeah. So
in the locker room, you guys have any talk of a specific tweet rolling around?
Yeah, we've all heard about it for sure.
Well, Anthony Calandria, the quarterback for UVA, had some reservations on their thoughts. So we have the quote for you. If you want to read it out loud, and then just, you know, you have that camera right there, look into it and tell us your thoughts on what he had to say about Virginia Tech.
UVA QB Anthony Calandria on Hokies game. After this game versus Tech, after we beat Virginia Tech, this program is going to shoot up and everyone in the country is going to know about us. I mean, I love the confidence. You know, he's a freshman, but you know, we're just as motivated as them. You know, I don't want to give them any weapons to, you know, shoot me with my words, but you know, it's gonna be a fun one. That's all I'm gonna leave you with. It's gonna be a fun one.
I like that. There you
go. All right. So, in your short time in Blacksburg, how has Triumph empowered your ability to connect with the community?
You know, they just kind of giving me a platform, you know, that I kind of didn't previously have. And, you know, they put me in a situation where I can be impactful in the community. Like over the summer, worked with the Hokie Way. We did this event in Roanoke, a little golf tournament with the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Virginia. And it was just fun, you know, being with the kids and interacting with them, kind of trying to be a positive role model for them, and, you know, just put me in a situation like that where I can, you know, help the community.
Yeah. Well, speaking of empowerment, right, it's pretty clear that faith is a big part of that for you. Call God, right? Yep. That's become that mantra. How has that become the mantra, and why is it so important to you? You
know, I've been doing it since high school, and it's just like, you know, every time I score a touchdown, just to give thanks, because I know without God empowering me to do it, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And, you know, I just come from a, you know, family of believers, and you know, there's a lot of believers on the team. It's kind of, you know, helped me grow, not just in football, but also in my faith. So it's been a blessing.
That's great.
Yeah, and let's get to know you a little more. How about your other interests? Gamer, movie buff. We've seen the Spider-Man Selly, the Dragon Ball Z Selly.
So yeah, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to like movies and stuff. I love the Marvel movies, all that stuff, and I like the game too, 2K, Madden, you know, Fortnite, just revamped back to the OG, so I hop back on that. So
we had that question ready to go, because we had a couple of guys on beforehand too that had the same stuff. One person that we have had on a couple weeks ago was another Clover, South Carolina native, in MJ Collins. I understand he's a little bit younger than you. Did you guys know each other back then?
Oh yeah, man. See, if he sees this, he's gonna be mad that I told y'all. But I think it was my 10th grade year of high school. You know, we played 1-on-1. I beat him. I beat him. But MJ, that's my guy. For sure,
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, there must be something in the water down there in Clover. They produce good athletes down there for sure.
I think that's all of South Carolina. Man.
Yeah,
Put them on the map.
So how about 2K though? What's the go-to? Who's in the household first of all, and who's the best 2K player?
Well, really, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna give it to me because I haven't played with or against Zay Bradshaw, but I've seen him play and he's pretty good. I would never say it to his face though, but yeah, probably
Let's
Zay.
hope he doesn't watch this.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so Kyle and I play a lot of 2K too, and it's always blacktop for us. You got a go-to blacktop team?
I don't really play blacktop. I'm more I get in the park with my guy. I play with my boys or whatever, but yeah, I'm more of a park guy.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the 2K build? What's your player look like?
I got a couple. I got a two-way slasher.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite to play with. Lock down on defense, can dunk on anybody. But I just built, I think, a 3-level score. I can't shoot with my two-way slash, but I just want to be able to shoot. So pretty much.
I like it. How about in the locker room or again with the household too? Any other go-to pickup sports? You guys hoop a lot. I understand you played basketball in high school too.
Yeah, like during the off season. Like me, KD, Ali, when we got here, obviously we would go shooting around all the time. I'd say I'm the best shooter, but I'm not gonna lie. KD, he's got a ratchet on him. He can shoot that thing. But yeah. I haven't really played pickup in a minute though. I probably have to knock some rust off, but I can still shoot that thing.
There you go.
I like it.
All right, so you brought up OG Fortnite. Who's the go-to squad? You and what other 3 guys?
See, it's really, I'm just thinking about my boys from high school, but the guys on the team, Aiden Green, Zay, Quan, I'm gonna have to say I just got back on it. I ain't played with them yet, but I know they've been on it, so I told them I was gonna play with them soon, so I don't have to knock some rust off, so I don't, so they don't have any fuel to talk about me.
So how about with your time as an athlete in high school, right? You played for your father. He was the head coach of that high school football team.
Yep.
Was he a man that introduced you to that faith that's so important to you?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's just since I was born. Really, it's just we've always been in the church, stuff like that, and playing for my pops was cool just because he's always gonna be harder on me than everybody else, and that kind of just I feel like it kind of molded me to be able to take any kind of coaching. So it don't matter if you're yelling at me or you're coaching me one-on-one, whatever it is. I feel like I can handle it, listen to what you're trying to say, and get better from it.
Yeah. I like it. What about the movies we talked about? Any that are sources of motivation for you?
Any movies? One of my favorite movies. I don't know about motivation. I'm trying to think what my favorite movies are though.
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
It's a loaded one. It's a loaded one.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Any classics? Are you like a Marvel guy?
I am a Marvel guy
Okay.
for sure.
Respect that.
Yeah.
Favorite Marvel movie is probably like Civil War or something like that.
Okay.
Great answer.
Yeah.
That's good. What about like a Winter Soldier or something like that?
I like Winter Soldier. He's cool.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right.
It's getting pretty cold out now too. And so does it get cold in the winter down Clover?
Oh yeah, it really doesn't snow till like February, March, but yeah, it gets pretty cold. But it's freezing up here though.
Yeah,
You can't get cold.
Rob and I are from New York, so we get it. We get it.
This is easy for y'all.
You got the Triumph hats too. Shout out to Triumph
shout out
NIL for the beanies. So we respect that. Yeah, I think that wraps up the solid middle section of this interview. I think we can get to the fun stuff too. You want to do a speed round?
Let's do it.
Cool. All right, Rob, you take it away.
All right. Pre-game playlist. What's the first song?
First song is Rise and Shine by J. Cole.
Oh, that
Yup.
is a banger.
Come on.
I am a huge Sideline Story fan.
Yeah,
Massive
come
J.
on,
Massive
man.
J. Cole fan.
What
Love
about
that.
Kendrick? You a Kendrick dude?
Yeah, I like Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, J. Cole or Kendrick?
J. Cole.
Okay.
That's the right answer.
J. Cole.
We just got a
the
lot
right
closer
answer.
right now. All right, what about favorite restaurant in Blacksburg?
Restaurant in Blacksburg, it's either PK's or Black Salt.
Okay. What about McLean's? We did some research. We heard you were a McLean's fan.
I do like McLean's.
Okay.
And well, really, I like going to the movies over there, but I just like you could order food, going to the movie, whatever.
Right.
So, I think that's pretty cool.
Do they have heated seats there? Shout out McLean's. I don't believe we're sponsored by him, but heated seats at
Shout out,
McLean's.
yeah.
That's a lifesaver for sure. What about a cookout order?
Cookout. I'm kind of a basic. I'm gonna get a chicken finger tray with onion rings and hush puppies.
Okay.
All right.
I respect
all
that.
right. All right. Any pregame rituals or routines you go through?
I wouldn't say kind of. It's nothing crazy. You know, we get to the stadium, but this is the crazy thing. The last song I listen to before I go on the field is always "Rise and Shine." I make sure that's my last song before I play. But I don't know. That's probably it.
Yeah.
That song could make me run through a brick.
Now I gotta ask: do you think Shane Battier is a lame? It's a bar in the song.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any quarrels against Shane Battier, so I don't want to say too much about him.
So you're not very superstitious. But one thing I did notice in an interview that you had with Triumph was how much you enjoyed that 50 plus yard touchdown you scored against Pitt a handful of weeks ago, and really the environment and how much that stuck with you. Is that something that you spend time visualizing, maybe when you're bumping Rise and Shine by J. Cole, especially ahead of a game like UVA?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like, honestly, it's like throughout the whole week, because you know we'll watch film and you know I see kind of what works against the defense, what we got in the game plan and stuff like that, and I'm already like kind of visualizing like plays, because you know my pops always taught me like you gotta see it before you can do it. So yeah, really throughout the week.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any other sport you would want to play at Virginia Tech if you could?
I would say basketball, but nah, I get fried on the court. I'd say track.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You ran in high
ran track.
school.
Yeah, I ran track in high school. You know, I'd probably get blown out still, but you know.
So what about the times back in high school? What were your PRs? 1, 2, 4?
My fastest 100 was a 10.6.
Okay.
200. I want to say I cracked 21, but I really can't remember because my senior year was 2020, and we only got to run one meet.
Okay.
And that's when I ran
okay.
a 10.6. I can't remember what I ran in 2. And I did not run the 400. I told my coach I'm not running.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to run it either.
Yeah.
But I ran 4x1, so that was probably my favorite event though.
There you go.
Yeah.
So is that ever a topic of conversation with a guy like Colbeck?
Oh no, Kobeck, he's got it. He's a different type of fast.
Yeah.
Man. He's just like, I don't know what it is, but he just naturally got it. So I just let him have it whenever we talk about speed.
So you would say that that speed is definitely a God-given gift.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Like you can always train, but some guys just got it. Like,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, and we'll hit you with what kind of mark do you want to leave in Blacksburg?
You know, I just I always want to make a big impact, not just on the football field, but you know, just to say like, so people can say, he was a great player, but he was also a great person. And I feel like through Triumph, they're helping me be able to build that brand and be able to get in the community and stuff like that. So you know, so I can't leave that mark.
Yeah, it certainly seems as such, and make sure to get that Triumph beanie too. I feel bad that I have one and you don't.
No, I got a little trucker hat. I should have worn.
I respect it. Yeah, trucker hat's the move. All right, well, Jaylin, I think that about wraps things up. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, he said it. There's a big game coming up, right? It's rivalry week, and the Hokies are looking to grab that bowl eligibility out in Scott Stadium in UVA in Charlottesville, Saturday, a 3:30 kickoff. You guys do not want to miss it on ESPN. But until then, of course, for Robert Bateman and, of course, Nicholas Joseph Brown behind the desk and Jaylin Lane here on the set from the High Tech Studios, I'm Kyle Marshak, and we'll see you guys next time on the Triumph Spotlight.